I'm Jeannie from ASTROHYPE PINKBLACKVIVI. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about astrology, spirituality, and lifestyle. So in this video, I'll be talking about intimacy and dating astrology. And this video will be about the synastry of one partner moons will be lands on the other partner 8th house. So please put in consideration to take with the CUSP, also the house system CUSP, because usually I judge with the whole side house system for world predictions or individual chart prediction, other prediction, but with intimacy and dating astrology, I suggest you guys to read with the CUSP. The reason why, because they have a lot of people who come into our life who have planets who plans on the 8th house, our 8th house, and the 8th house range, each house is 30 degrees range of the whole side house, each house, and not everyone will come into a life will form a significant relationship, love relationship. Mainly in this video I'm talking about love and dating and also exclusive relationship, because the 7th house, the 8th house, and the 9th house is considering exclusive relationship in intimacy and dating astrology. Okay, so please read with the CUSP, considering the CUSP, and also I put down the link on my description box about the free website, so you can put it. They have the whole side house system, also the CUSP, but I'm judging with the CUSP. Okay, now let's jump into the video. So what is the moon lands on the 8th house of the other partner? So in synastry, you put two charts of two individuals on top of each other, and you see which planet from this person land on the other person natally birth chart, D1 chart, right? And to see the connection between the planet with the house person. And like I said, not everyone come to our life will form any significant relationship with us. So read the 8th house CUSP, please, and see in the website I provided below. Maybe in the future I will do some video, go deep into instruction how you put the chart, how you see the chart of intimacy and dating in synastry. Okay, but not in this video. This video just mainly talking about the meaning of it. So for example, you have the CUSP of the 8th house is in Leo, and the CUSP of the 8th house is Leo 7 degree. So please read the conjunction of your moon side, your partner moon side on the 7th house, the 8th house CUSP, 2 degree up and 2 degree down the CUSP. So which means, for example, your partner or yourself, 8th house CUSP at 7 degree Leo. So the moon side of you or the moon side of your partner lands on the CUSP of Leo 7 degree, 8 degree, 9 degree, or 5 Leo 5 degree. The moon will be Leo 5 degree, 6 degree and 7 degree. So 2 degree up, 2 degree down the CUSP of the 8th house. So what is the meaning of the moon? The moon is our emotions, and very deep emotion of ourselves, the emotion that we carry since birth. Okay, so that's embedded with the memory of us about our mother and our home life, more importantly of our nurturer. Okay, is some people not very fortunate to have a mother, and I understand that, or your mother passed away when you're very young. Okay, so maybe the nurturer who nurture you, maybe your grandparents or your grandmother or your father or your great grandmother, for example, or just a godmother, stepmother, is ruled by the moon. Okay, so the moon ruled all the memories that you're growing up on, the relationship between, the memory of the relationship between you and your mother or the nurturer, your nurturer. Okay, also the moon will be talking about your childhood experiences, so the experience of your childhood with your friends, your family members, but more of your family members. Okay, and also the moon is our habitual daily things we're doing. For example, what time you eat, what time you wake up, and what time you go to work, stuff like that. You know, habitual things. And the moon is our need, so not the want. The want is Venus, but the moon is more our need. So more, for me, the moon is more important than Venus. Okay, not because I'm not considering good, I discriminate the planet, no, but the moon is more a basic need. For example, like I said, what you wake up, what you want to do, like you have the coffee, you have a cup of coffee, and maybe you make your coffee your own, or you go outside to buy a coffee from certain stores, certain coffee stores, certain coffee shop. That your habitual dailies, what you do to provide your need. Okay, what food you usually eat, the breakfast. In the morning, usually we eat some bread, or eat some, like for Asian we eat some rice. Okay, so that called the moon also, and very, very important things. Okay, and also the moon telling about our home life environment. Is that good? Is that not good? Okay, so if your moon land on the and how we receive nurturing. Okay, so like go back into the element that I talked before about the nurturer. So how much nurture you want to nurture other, and how much nurture you want to other to give to you, is also implied by the moon. Okay, and what is the eighth house? The eighth house is sex, death, taxes, crisis, a house of up and downs, a house of accidents, a house of deep transformative sex, the house of bondage. Okay, sex bondage, and S&M sex and stuff like that. It's very like dark sex. And also tantra sex is also a kind of dark sex. Okay, but more of a occultist sex. Okay, and like I said, it's a house of others people resource. It's not your resource, but others people, or joy resource. Mostly you joy with others people. Okay, and the house of the in-law. So how your in-laws treat you, not just the parents-in-law, mostly mother-in-law, but the eighth house also rule the family of the in-law. So brother-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay, the eighth house also ups and downs in the relationship, because that very transformative, and the rule accident, rule Pluto and Mars. Ancient ruler of the eighth is Mars. Okay, but the modern ruler is Pluto, and Pluto is very like dig deep and take out everything. For example, you have a plant, okay, and the plant had the soil on it, and sometimes you overwater the plant, and it's dying. So you have to take off all the soils, the old soils out, and bring the new soils in, and put some elements on it, and re-raise the plant. It's called the process of the eighth house. Okay, so dig deep into something. That's why it's ruled sex. And okay, the taboos thing that we don't talk, usually like go and talk about it. Okay, we hide it and talk about it. They go under the scene, something we hide it. It's very, very dark house. Okay, like a hell, so to speak. Okay, but it's transformative, because as I said, after the eighth is a nice house, and the nice house is looking up to God. It's the house of Sagittarius. Okay, so usually people say, oh, the eighth house is death. No, it's transformation house. So we dying, either bodily dying, or metaphorically dying. Okay, but usually I see most of the time, if it's younger, the eighth house always metaphorically dying. If you older ages, I think the eighth house is more of transformative. For example, some people have not good planet go to transit to the eighth house, they have some accident, sorry to say that, but then after that they transform themselves, and they have something else better for them. Okay, so that's another story, not this video. This video me mainly focusing on what is the meaning of your moon or your partner moons land on the 8th house cusp, like I said in Synastry, right? So like I said, it's a little bit dark, it's a little bit exhausted, it's a little bit tired when the moon of the other person come to this house. But if after all struggling, like I said, my channel aiming up to do improving, using astrology to improve the quality of life. It's not using astrology to put walls and limits on people's life, okay? So we do this video, and then we think about life, and we can incorporate it and also put it in consideration. As I always said, all of my video, put it in consideration, please. Everything I've said not written in stone, okay? You do your life. But like I said, if we know about this, we can have self-awareness and we can fix it. I have to say straight up, because I have a lot of planets in Sagittarius, okay? I tell the truth. This is not really a good harmonious aspect in Synastry. I'm sorry to say that, because this is very, very kind of struggling, kind of plutonic relationship also at some corner. Because like I said, your moon is your need, basic need, and I already list up in the beginning of my video, I'm already list up all the quality of the moon, and the moon is very important also in a person's life, even more important than a Venus, okay? So when your need is go to the other person, or vice versa, the other person go into your dark, like a hell, and dark and transformative, always seeking for breakdown on function, like I said, dig deep into something and kill it and rebirth, and it's make constant ups and down for the moon person. So if you moon person or vice versa, if you are your partners are the moon, it's very, very struggling for the moon person to handle with the house person, because the house with the cusp, all person always seeking for transformative, always seeking for some dive deep into something and some sex. And also I realized one thing, the moon person always come to the house person, and the house person, because the cause of the 8th house is also others people, money and resource, and originally ruled by the 8th house, originally ruled by Scorpio, and Scorpio is a sign of others people, money and taxes, okay? So resources also. So usually I'm not saying 100%, like I said, not everything I'm saying written in stone, so please take it as consideration. But the house person always one resource from the moon person, so aka finance, cash, money, and like baby sugar, you know, type of energy here, blend out in the 8th house, okay? The quality of giving too much of the moon will be here, okay? I'm so sorry to say that. As I said, I'm very truthful person, so and also please considering, as I'm talking this aspect, just one aspect at the time, I'm not talking the other aspect, okay? You have to check whole thing in the chart, including what composite Davison chart, and the first time ever you meet the person chart, in order to know this is just very singling chart, singling aspect in the whole judgment. So please just take it as consideration. But I'm saying this is not a very good aspect to have, okay? I have to say that. But if you have self-awareness and you watch my channel, you watch my guidance, and you know, or you realize that, oh, this is not like this, so we can you can talk to your partner, you can bring my video to your partner, persuade them. If they're not into astrology, persuade them to watch it, and you guys can work together, you guys can fix it, okay? Temper down the not good quality of it, okay? Like I said, and the house person always wants some sex on the time, you know, very, very draining sex for the moon person, because the moon person need protection, need caring, need nurturing. But the 8th house always seeking for transformative through resource, through sex, through crisis, because the 8th house is also crisis and ups and downs and occults, all the thing, you know. So it will bring out a lot of not good quality for the moon, and all the drama of the moon person will planned out in the present of the 8th house cusp person, because it's also the house of secret be revealed. Okay, 8th house is secret under the rug with the 8th house person. So the 8th house person, if they have secret, the moon person don't know. But the moon person, if they have secret, is will plan all of, you will like just puke it out all over with the 8th house person, the 8th house cusp person. Okay, so it's, to be honest, this aspect, I have to just straight up telling you guys that the 8th house person, the 8th house cusp person will be the person who have the upper hand in this. And not because they don't love the moon person, but they also seeking for transformation. And okay, so this is very, very like scientific things. I know I'm talking about astrology, spirituality right here, but I want to add a little bit about psychology, as I'm do all angles of astrology. Okay, and psychology, spirituality. The 8th house also psychology, and psychology is therapist. I grew up in therapist. Okay, so I know how it works. They will ask you certain question, and it's very dive deep into your wound. Sometimes you don't want to answer it, but when once you answer it, for example, you want to hide something, but when you talk about that out loud in the open, then it's free you. Okay, it's painful, but it's heal you in a way. Understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you have some secret or whatever, you shame and you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to face it. But with the presence of the 8th house cusp person, they will try to pull it out from you. So it's transformative for you also with the moon person. Okay, it's like I said, every aspect in astrology is good and bad at the same time. And don't bash everything. Like I said, you just need to have a lot of self-awareness with your partner in this, and tone it down. If you see your partner is go like the 8th house cusp person go over low and want all of your secrets and all over you and stalk you, because the 8th house cusp will be stalking. Okay, will be a kind of a stalker, go all over and you know this and that, and want to control, because the 8th house also is control and power, is ruled by Pluto. And Pluto, the myth is the mythology about Pluto. Pluto is the underworld god, and he kidnapped Persephone, and Persephone is the goddess. She's very beautiful, like I said. So please go check my Plutonic theme, because this video is this aspect similar to Plutonic relationship, similar, but it's not strong like that. Okay, and like I said, Pluto is the underworld god, and he see Persephone very beautiful and very naive, and she smelled the rose and the flower and whatever, and he kidnapped Persephone, succumb her to the underworld and force her to sex and kind of rape her. Okay, so the sex will be intense. Obviously, for example, you're a moon person and you never have intense sex before. When the moon is whatever side in the 8th house, whatever side, okay, the moon person will have experienced first time the extremely deep sex. Okay, extremely deep sex and healing sex. So for example, sex is sex. Okay, but with this aspect would bring out, for example, okay, this go a little bit deeper. Okay, so please listen up. For example, you are a moon person or your partner, whoever. The moon person, for years they never have sex if they are a virgin. And I'm sorry to say that, but for example, for years you didn't have sex and you didn't even yearn for it. Some people don't yearn for that also, right? But when your moon or the person moon lands on the 8th house cusp person, I have to repeat the cusp all the time. You know why? Like I said, because the 8th house is 30-degree range. A lot of people have moon lands on our 8th house. Okay, not everyone have the conjunction 2 degree down, up 2 degree down of the cusp. Okay, the 8th house cusp person will come to you, and you guys, the moon person and the 8th house cusp person, when they come together, they will have the sex that, for example, like I said, the moon person didn't have sex for a long time, okay? Then they come to the 8th house card person and they will have like a best sex of the world, okay? It's not regular thing, but like intense, like S&M, bondage, and all of the king sex is in the 8th house, okay? Like very different sex and very, you know, like not the regular one, okay? You know what I mean? But after that, it's heal you. Why it's heal you? Because you have to admit to that. And I just want to say plainly, I'm a very truthful person also. What makes a relationship, love relationship, different than the others relationship in your life is the intimacy part of it. It's the sex intimacy part of it. And if you would be with the person and you say, okay, I love this person so much, but you have no sex with them, or the sex is not that there, it's not good, so it's not love, it's just friendship relationship, okay? I'm just plainly want to say it. It's not a main element in the love relationship, but it's very significant things, and it's needed thing. It's a need, it's not a want, it's a needed things in relationship. That's why intimacy and dating astrologer always emphasize about this, okay? Because if you don't have that, you're not happy at all, okay? So I just want to tell that the sex is there, okay? Sex is there. And like I said, if you are a moon person, or moon person partner is a moon person, maybe you virgin and you come to this CUSP with the 8th house person, you form a relationship with them. Obviously I just talk about one aspect at a time. Then this is the first sex out of the world, okay? Their sex is there, because some first time ever is not good, okay? But if this aspect happen, I guarantee it's the best thing, okay? It's heal you, it's bring you to another, you know, dimension. For example, you used to have a moon person used to have a lot of relationship before, but their sex is not there, they not enjoying, okay? But then you suddenly meet the 8th house CUSP person in conjunction with the their CUSP, 8th house CUSP, then this is the best sex experience relationship you will have in your life, I guarantee, okay? So this is it. And like I said, it's kind of a little bit struggling, because the 8th house CUSP person will bring out a lot of like bullshit, so to speak, about the moon person, okay? Bring ups and down, emotions. Also the moon, like I said, bring out the quality of the mother, so your memories about the nurturer. And when you in the presence of the 8th house CUSP persons, you will see the bad parts about the nurturer, the memory not good, because we always have the good memories and bad memories, obviously, about our nurturer, our parents, okay? Then the 8th house CUSP person will bring out all of the not good quality, even bad and worse quality is similar to our parents, the memory of our parents. For example, the moon person go out with the 8th house CUSP person, and the 8th house CUSP person always like complaining and do some stuff like remind the moon person about their nurturer, the thing they really don't like, and they want to hide about it, okay? Ashamed about it, okay? For example, one of your nurturer is very like I said, little thing, like always like ashamed you in front of your friends, stuff like that. So the 8th house person will have that quality to remind you of that. So that's why it's not good quality with this aspect in synastry. But like I said, you can tell your partner, watch this channel, watch this video, so they can understand it, because unconsciously this is a synastry astrology, spiritual things. So unconsciously the planet will hit them and pull out all of that bullshit, okay? So they don't recognize it. So please tell them to watch it and tone it down. Both of you guys toned it down. Also, like I said, if they bring up a lot of things about like finances and borrowing money, and please remind them, if you are a moon sign, vice versa, this aspect can be play out different ways. In the 8th house, person will ask, will be the person who provide, but usually the moon person provided. Okay, it depends on other aspect, obviously, but it's more of the moon giving out. The moon is the giving more. Okay, giving more. Okay, of nurturing, of finance and quality and all the quality, but the receiving for the moon person is the healing part from all the drama. Okay, so for example, the 8th house person go out with you and always shame you in front of your friends, and oh, you at house, at home, you this, you that, blah, blah, blah. It's similar to your nurturer. Then you go home and say to them and you lash out them, whatever. But remember, I said the 8th house is also death and transformation, so it's gonna transform you. After the fight, definitely you guys have sex, okay, the makeup sex, and then after that, the 8th house CUSP person, they will tone themselves down. Okay, so that's a good quality of that, and you feel healing, and from that you feel healed with your partner, and you understand them, and you will heal with the past drama you already passed through with your nurturer. For example, your parents always like, oh, you're not this, you're not that, in front of your friends. When you're growing up, you hate it so much, you want to hide it, right? But when you have that again with this 8th house CUSP person, your partner, then suddenly they brought it up again. Like I said, you understand what I'm saying? Then after that, you heal it with them. When you heal it with them, then you heal with the past drama you already passed through with your parents. So you resolve it with your parents also. Okay, so it's the quality of healing will be there, always be there, always be here with this aspect. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I have more detail about it, but maybe I make more video in the future. I obviously making more continuously video about dating and relationship, astrology, very interesting subject in the future. So please click like, share, subscribe to my channel, and please comment to put my video in YouTube algorithm, so a lot of people know about my channel, and push up my channel so I have more motivation. I can do a lot of things. And please go check my 12 rising ascendant size. I make very go in detail. You can check for your family members, your friends also, and you can check from the sun and the moon also. Like I said, all the energy is the same. Okay, so very important. Please click like, share, subscribe to my channel, and put my channel to algorithm so I can make more good dating and intimacy for you to read for yourself and your partner. Okay, that's my intention to do YouTube. Okay, thank you so much for that. Have a wonderful day, night to everybody in the world. Bye.